Today was a hard workout, but beneficial. The best day of my life because I am still here, and the best day of your life if you're seeing this because you're still here. This morning, I want to talk about the importance of time. Okay? So, today is my daddy's birthday. So, happy birthday to Papa Keith. Now, it's also a little therapy session, right? So, when I was growing up, very small, my daddy moved to New York, where he lived and had his life. He started his life. So here in Turks and Caicos, I did not know who he was because he was not a part of my life growing up. I knew my grandparents and everybody, my grandma, because she helped bring me up. I knew my uncles and everybody, but I didn't know my daddy, and we didn't have a relationship. And so my mommy would always talk about him and stuff like that, but, she wasn't talking positive stuff because basically, that relationship or whatever it is they had was broken up, and then she was here and he was there. So I didn't grow up with him in my life. And of course, I would see other children, my friends and everybody with their dad and their family members. And so, you as a child, you were envious to some extent because I had my grandparents who played a fatherly role in my life. But still, I didn't know who my daddy was. And I guess as I grew older and I understood what had happened, I pretty much became resentful because I was like, he made the decision not to be a part of my life, because although he had moved to New York and everything, that shouldn't have prevented him from calling me or visiting me, etc. And even when I would go to New York for the summer times when we visited, I guess because there was no relationship, we still didn't have anything. There was no bond between us like that. And so I grew up primarily without him in my life. And of course that hurt because I was a person, I'm an individual, and I think God created us with that desire to have a relationship with our parents, right? Fast forward. So my dad moved back home around the same time I got married, which was over 30 years now, right? So I had a decision to make. I could have continued to be resentful, hateful, and just block him out of my life and say things like, you never paid attention to me, you didn't give me any child support, etc., etc. You were never there for any of my special occasions growing up, all that stuff. And I just could, be mean about it. Now, we did have countless discussions on it. I told him how I felt, and I let it out. He understood. He never provided excuses, but it was not a one-time conversation. It was a conversation actually that happened over years. And I guess I had a lot inside of me that needed to come out. And so I talked about it with him. We joked about it. We were angry about it. He apologized on every occasion, and he didn't give any excuses. And that was important to me. Fast forward again. Today, I say all of that to say time is precious, right? No matter how much noise I make, I can't change the past. I can't relive the past. I can't undo the past. What happened, happened. But I have a decision to make. I have a choice to make. Am I going to take the rest of my life and my years while my daddy is here and be resentful? Or am I going to work through that and then make the best of the rest of our lives? And that's what I choose to do. We discussed the issues. I told him how I felt. And even now we make jokes about it when I tell him stuff. and whatever. But I decided a long time ago that I'm gonna make the rest of my time with my daddy the best time of my life. Like I always tell people, we down like 4 flat tires. He always called me my child. Anybody who knows him in Provo, they know the relationship that he has with me. And I treasure that because I am now purpose to make good memories with the time that I have left. Because I can't change the past, but I can do something about now and pray about the future. So those of us, because it happens a lot in Turks and Caicos, even your parent might not have gone away. Right here in the Turks and Caicos Islands, you have relationships where child and parent are on the same island. And, there's no relationship, there's abandonment, there's neglect. I encourage you to make all efforts as best you can to mend your relationship, because we are not promised tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. That's why today is the best day of your life, because if you're seeing this post, you're still here. And I want my daddy to know on his birthday, I'm not going to disclose his age because I think he's 50, that I love him to life. Make good use of your time.